Welcome everybody, this is chapter number 3A, Basic Input Devices, Keyboard and Mouse. So what is keyboard? This is primary input device. This is the most common input device and a user needs its proficiency to use this keyboard. So let's have an introduction about this keyboard. This is a generic keyboard. So starting from the left top side, we see that this individual button, namely ESC, it means escape key. The next one from F1 till F12, these set of keys are referred as function keys or functional keys. So this little key referred as backspace key. These are navigation keys. And if I name these keys, it include insert, delete, home, end, page up and page down. So these collectively set of keys are referred as navigation and editing keys. On the extreme right side, we have numeric keypad. Here you can see that numeric keys are available here with all available arithmetic operations. These are directional keys. So we can see up, down, left and right arrows keys are available over here. Okay, these are control keys. We have two set of keys. One control is here, another one is here. Similarly, this is Alt key, and on the left middle side we see this is window key. We can press the start window button directly from here. So this button, which is not marked here, this is right click key, and rest of the keyboard we can see in these set of keys are almost similar to a typewriter which were used before, and these kind of keyboards are referred as QWERTY. In short, QWERTY, you can say that this pattern of keys is the generic are usually used pattern of keys used since over 100 years ago. Okay, how keyboard works. Now we see that keyboard is an input device. At the same time, this is an electronic device attached to the computer. So there is a controller of keyboard which detects a key press. Whenever we press a key, that key press is detected, and that controller sends its alternating code to the central processing unit. So that alternating code of every key is very important, and controller then notifies to the operating system. This operating system is the operating system you are currently working on. For example, I'm working on Windows, and there are certain other operating systems including Linux, Mac, etc. And then operating system responds, controller repeats the letter if held. So this is a system how keyboard works by sensing the key press, sending it to the CPU and then responding back. Mouse. Okay, don't confuse yourself with the Mickey Mouse. This mouse is an electronic device. It allows users to select objects in the GUI, and GUI refers as graphical user interface, and the pointer moved by the mouse in GUI. So normally mechanical mouse were used which had a rubber bar that determines the direction and its speed. In this slide on the right side, this device, you can see that this is rather a simpler mouse. There is a right button over here, scroll wheel, left mouse button, and there is a side button. So this little arrow is the mouse pointer which I am moving now. On the left side we see a little advanced mouse device, and in this device we see there are about 8 or 9 programmable buttons which can be modified, and you can adjust you can configure these buttons according to your requirement. Let me show you some definition. So we have another definition of computer mouse. So computer mouse is a handheld hardware input device that controls a cursor in a GUI, graphic user interface, and can move and select text, icons, files, folders on your computer. What is this cursor? Cursor is a little blinking line whenever you work or type alphabets. So your alphabets follow this cursor. Okay, let's see who invented mouse. The mouse was initially known as XY position indicator. So this was basically a position locator or position indicator in XY plane, and it was invented by Douglas Engelbart in 1963. And we can also see a few of the uses. You can move the mouse cursor by using this mouse. You can move the cursor just like I'm moving this pointer for this tutorial. You can open and execute program by double clicking, single click, or whatever the setting you have made. So you can also select by using this cursor or this mouse pointer. You can also highlight. You can perform drag and drop operation. So in Windows or GUI, graphic user interface, you can drag and drop. You can perform drag and drop operation. There is another operation, namely hover. So what is this hover? Alternatively referred as mouse hover. We can see in this example. So there is a mouse, and when you scroll over or mouse over operation, it performs some specific operation. If there is a hyperlink, the color will change, and so on. You can also scroll, and there are certain other operations you can perform, whatever the function you assign with the mouse buttons. So for example, if you're working for a graphics program or gaming programs, you can assign different button to perform different operations. Okay, this is kind of mechanical mouse which have a little roller bar over here. As you move this roller bar on the ground, it will adjust the position of your cursor. This example is for optical mouse. This is, you can see that this there is no roller ball over here, and this optical device, when you power on or install your mouse, it will glow like this. So this optical mouse light determines according to the reflection of speed and direction. It requires maintenance. So interacting with the mouse, there are certain operations. For example, actions involving pointing to an object, just like I'm pointing to this line. So this is one of the operations. You can click and select the object. Clicking and holding drag and drop, just we have seen on the other website. Releasing an object is a drop operation. You can right click to activate the shortcut menu, and there are certain other associated operations. Of course, there are benefits of using mouse when you're working in graphic user interface. So this is much interactive than a command line or DOS mode operation. So you can visualize and you can directly perform your desired operation. So pointer positioning is fast, menu interaction is quite easy, and users can draw electronically. So you can also configure your mouse button configuration, either you are using for a right-handed user or left-handed users. There are also extra buttons which you can configure. So different variants, we see that this is trackball is one of the variants of mouse. The best example for trackball I can present that is CT scan. That is a medical equipment for medical scanning that is used. A trackball is installed on CT scan device, and that is just similar to this one. The roller ball is on above the surface. And why this trackball is used? So here are a few of the properties. We see that this is upside down mouse and hand rests on the ball, so it is quite easy and quite feasible according to the situation. Users move the ball, uses little desk space, so this is quite feasible for the situation. Another variant of mouse is trackpad. So the best example nowadays we see a laptop device. This empty space, you can see this plastic small rectangular. This is a trackpad, and you slide your finger over here and you can move pointer very easily. So this is a stationary pointing device. Small plastic rectangle is installed over here. You can move your finger across the pad and pointer moves according to the finger direction. This particular red point or red pin is referred as Trackpoint. This is a little joystick on the keyboard, and fewer companies install this. This is also very useful, but I guess most of users are not used to with this. But in fact, this is quite useful instead of mouse. Now let's see what is ergonomics. It is study of human and tool interaction. Tool includes electronic devices, laptops, computers, desktop computer, smartphones, IoTs, and so on. And ergonomics care for human beings. It is concerned with physical interaction of human being. So let's see. We will see in detail. It attempts to improve safety and comfort of human being. There are different types, like first of all we see repetitive strain injury. This is a type of strain by using electronic devices or different electronic tools for a longer time. It is caused by continuous misuse of the body. Many professions suffer from RSI. For example, if you are a computer scientist or you interact with computer device for a longer time, you see that your wrist is feeling pain, and the nerves are swallow, and tendon is also swallow. So this kind of situation is referred as carpal tunnel syndrome. Here is a pictorial view. You see that these dotted lines show the syndrome, and you can save your wrist by improving the ergonomics techniques. Ergonomics also suggest your office hardwares. What kind of office hardware, if you are sitting in an office, what kind of hardware you are using. Office chairs should have adjustable armrest and height, and you should care for lower back support in the chair you are sitting. Desktop should have a keyboard tray, and whatever the desk you are using, it should be facilitated with the keyboard height placement, and your eyes should have a level of your monitor or laptop you are using. Certain techniques to avoid RSI include sit up straight, have a wrist support, keep your arms straight, keyboard properly, take frequent breaks. Thank you very much.